Hello children, welcome back to today's computer class. Last Friday we discussed in live class this chapter, that is chapter number 3 on page number 30 in your book. So today we are going to do this chapter theoretically because we have done it programming. In programming concepts we have covered this chapter, but theoretically conceptual questions will also be coming in your exam. So we need to cover the topics. So in today's class, we are going to cover what is object, how to create object, what are objects, examples are there. I'll let you know about from the book also. Concept of class is the next topic, how to define a class, how to declare the member variable. See, I am showing you this example also. It is defined as this class is known as ABC. The name of the class is ABC. I told you in practical also that the first letter of the class should be capital. Okay, and this class is the keyword, and this public is the access specifier which gives the access to our class. So this is concept of class. Theoretically, I'm going to read from book also. This is practical things. It is a quick recap that we are doing what we have done last Friday in live class. So this red line is showing you that ABC is the class, like this is the class ABC. If I want to create the object name can be anything. I told you obj, obj1, a1, any particular name, your name can be object name. See, object is anything which has some characteristics and behavior. I told you that it is written in your book also that it is an identifiable entity that has some characteristics. Now, what are characteristics? See, characteristics are the values which differentiates one object from the other. Like suppose, we'll take the example student. So student is an object which is having who is having characteristics like date of birth, his name, his roll number, his class, section, admission number, his parents' name, his address. So many characteristics. That means data. Data of the object is considered as characteristics, and behavior of the object is considered to be methods in the computers. So behavior is if a student is in school, his behavior is either curriculum behavior or co-curricular behavior like sportsmanship, different activities. So these things are considered as behavior. So if we want to create object of our class, how will we create? This red line is depicting you. ABC is the class name. Then you will write obj is equals to new. Now new is the operator. We have covered in May chapters also that new is the operators chapters. That is chapter number 5 we have covered. That new is an operator which gives memory to this object, which gives memory space in the CPU to this object. And this ABC part is known as constructor that we will covering in 10th class. So this is the line you need to know, that class name object is equals to new, then the class name again with the round brackets and the semicolon. Semicolon in Java is the termination point of the line. Where you want to end the statements, you need to put a semicolon. Then is concept of class. I told you this is the class declaration line. This is first line is known as class declaration line, in which ABC is the class name. This class is the keyword and this public is a access specifier. All the keywords to be written in small letters. Okay, as you know, Java is case sensitive language. Case sensitive means it take lowercase and uppercase differently. So this curly bracket is the class body. Now this int a comma b comma c, what is this line? This is declaration of variables. Here I am using a, b, c are variables. I am using variables to store the values. You can take a, a1, a2, any variables you can take. You have read in last chapters also that variables are the named location which a programmer can set. That if I am using a and I want to hold the value 9, so I am using a equal to 9. That means 9 is to be holded by a. So a is just a representation. or it is a named location in which we can store the values. So ABC here are variables which are of type int. So this topic is in this chapter, that how to declare variables. So this line is known as declaration of the variables. That is, we are defining to computer that we will be using A, B, C, and all the three variables are of type int. Next is public void add. This line is known as method declaration line, where we are putting the logic, where we are writing the formulas or the calculation. It is inside the method. Okay, I told you practically that methods hold behavior of the object. Now, you are an object. Suppose you want to calculate addition of two numbers. So you will be calling a plus b. That means you will be calling this method. You will be putting these two values a and b, and plus is the operation, plus is the calculation or the logic which we are putting, and in C we will be getting the result. So with the help of this system.out.println statement, we will be getting the answer, that is in C. So these things which we'll be going to study from book, and under this I have written these topics: passing message between objects, that is how we can call methods, how can we use methods, declaring member variables I told you practically, but from book I'm going to tell you, defining class, access modifiers, and defining methods. Now open your books at page number 30. So you will be going to study this chapter. Next, introduction is just a similar thing which you have read in last chapters. Now, this is what is an object. I told you that this is the definition you have to learn. An identifiable entity that has some characteristics, state and behavior is known as object. Object can be anything, either it is a non-living thing or a living thing. So it is depicting as characteristics, state and behavior. So characteristics, it differentiate one object from another. Suppose my name is Inia, your name is Nikhil, somebody else's name is Rohan. So our name, it helps to differentiate between one object from the other object. So name, roll number, class, section, our data are known as characteristics. Next is state and behavior. This gives the functionality, what the object is doing, what value he is required. So these things are objects characteristics and behavior. So diagrammatically it is showing you that a car, now a car is an object. It is having model number, year of manufacture, color. Then these things are known as data, characteristics of the car. And the behavior of the car is how it will start, whether it is a push button start or with a key it will start. So movement and the gears or the functionality of the car, how much average it is giving per kilometer. So these things are how it will stop. So these things are considered as behavior of the object. So in this book also it is giving you examples like digital camera is an object. It is telling you, see, digital camera is an object, it has lens, image sensor, these things it is showing characteristics, and it can take pictures, record videos. These things are behavior, and it's on and off a state of the object. Okay, so bicycle is another example. Its characteristics are two wheels, number of gears, without gear, right? And its properties are braking, accelerating, changing gears. These are behavior. So what is a class now? A class is a blueprint. Blueprint means basic design of the object that share common properties, relationship and behavior. That means एक क्लास के अंदर हम एक तरह के ऑब्जेक्ट्स को होल्ड करवाते हैं, so that we can do the programming of same objects in one class. So class is just like a heading, or it is a design, that basic design. Suppose we are considering that we are going to make library management system, and we need objects like book is there, teacher is there, or the name of the student is there. So these things we know that we need objects. Now we need characteristics of the objects. That means a book is having book number, book name, subject, and object is what object is doing, what are the behaviors of the object. Either object wants to get a book issued, or he wants to return the book. So in this way we can think before programming that what a class is having. Class is having objects, and objects data and behavior. So it is representing in this diagram that suppose we name our class as book. So book can be any. Either book is a English book, Hindi book, science book, computer book. Every book is having different data. English book is having English chapters. Hindi book is having Hindi chapters. Science book is having science, and computer is having computer chapters. So, but these all are considered to be the books. So it can be taken in a one class, because book has pages, page numbers, right? Book has author name. Every book is having author name, page numbers. So these things are similar. So similar kind of objects can be considered in one class. So you must learn this part. It is on page number 31. On left side it is written that every class consists of, where my cursor is, look it carefully, every class consists of data members and member functions. That means हर एक class के अंदर there will be variables that will hold the data and methods that would hold the object's behavior. Object चाहता क्या है? See, I am telling you very simple example. If you are using calculator, okay, and you are adding two numbers and you want to press minus sign. So you are the object. Minus sign is the operation or the behavior of you that you want to subtract two numbers, okay, and those two numbers are your data. Understood? This is a practical example that you are the object. You want any operation on the calculator. That operation is a function. That operation is a method that you want to calculate from the user, and your variables will store your values. That is, if you enter 5 and 6, 5 and 6 are your data. Plus or minus sign which you are pressing, that is operation or the function, and the result, that is plus. If you are clicking, you will get 11, 11 as answer. So it is telling you that every class must consist of variables and methods. This again, it is showing you represent this diagrammatically, that a class is having data and methods. Again, it is giving you example that we have covered in first second chapters also, that fruit is a general class name, color, flavor, origin. This is a designing of the class, that in these variables these particular values will be coming. Suppose we are taking one object example. This is known as orange. Orange is a fruit name. Its color is orange, its flavor is sour, its origin is Spain, like this. So these are known as values, and these are going into the variables. Similarly, any particular fruit can come in this class, which has some color, flavor, and origin. So class is just a basic design that this kind of variables will be used in this class, and if any particular object is having these variables, we can enter the data and we can run the methods for that object. Next is object class and object factory. We know that from one class we can create multiple objects. Many objects we can create from one class. See, we have designed fruit class. So n number of fruits can come and we can create objects of n number in that class. Okay, if they are having similar properties, we can consider as objects of the same class. So you have to learn this thing also, because 2 mark question can come. Why class is known as object factory? Because a class is a blueprint of similar objects, and in actual programs memory is allocated for object, not for classes, because class is a blueprint, it is a basic design. Object is having it, objects are holding the values, objects are running the operations, all the operations are done on objects, not on classes. Class is just a design and values are given by the object. So jitne marzi objects aa jaye, we can create it from one class of similar type of objects. Next topic is class as user defined data type. Why it is known as user defined data type? For it I am giving you example. Just 1 minute, just wait for 1 minute. Look, I am writing here as class public class ABC, and in this class I want four variables. Suppose int a, I hope you can see the screen clearly. Int a is equals to 3, float b is equals to 7.8, int b is equals to 9, and char is came from character word. In char as variable I am taking e as character value. So my class ABC, it is having four variables of type, different types, int, float, char. It is my choice, it is my requirement that in my class I want four variables. If you want to create some other class, you will be requiring three variables maybe, or four variables maybe, right? Or 5 or 10 or 20. It is as per the need of the user, it is as per the need of the requirement of the application, how a programmer is setting the variables. So now my class ABC is representing these four values. That means now my class is acting as my type. So who is my class means the programmer's class. Now the programmer is me. So I am creating ABC class, and my class is defined as according to my data types given. So my class will hold maximum of these four types of values. So मेरी class ये four values को maximum represent कर सकती है. If you are creating a class of 20 variables or 100 variables, तो एक और programmer की class 100 variables represent कर सकती है. That is why a class is known as user defined data type. That means if a user here is known as programmer who is setting the data types, right? So if a programmer is setting four data types, so combined way ABC class is representing as these four data types. That is why it is known as class is known as user defined data type. I hope this concept is clear. So next is these two concepts can come as two mark questions. So please go through it carefully. User defined data type means if an object is created, an object is having two values, and I have created those two values for variables in my class. So my class is representing two variables maximum. So it is creating a data type of its own, which has its own definite state and behavior. Those we are defining the variables in the class. So it is as per my definition of the class that it is representing. That is why class is known as user defined data type. See, it is showing you with example that this class lamp. See, it is showing you that lamp is the name of class. It is having this variable. Boolean is on variable. right? And this is having method turn on, turn off. So it is depicting this variables and these methods in one class. So क्लास में जो चीज यूजर ने प्रोग्रामर ने डिफाइन की होगी उस बेसिस पे ही वो रिप्रेजेंट कर सकती है मैक्सिमम. तो क्लास एक हेडिंग टाइप डेटा टाइप बन जाती है जितना यूजर ने डिफाइन किया है. So it is telling you a class has one instance variable. Instance variable means जो अभी हमने boolean declare किया था, and is having two methods, turn on and turn off. Next is more on objects. Object, it is telling you that objects encapsulate state and behavior. How? See, if I am an object and I am holding my values and I am putting my plus sign in calculator, so I am encapsulating. I told you last chapter, encapsulation is a process in which we are wrapping up. So an object is wrapping its data and behavior. My data is suppose 5 and 6 value, and my behavior is I want operation, that is addition sign. So I am encapsulating, I am wrapping the data and behavior in me. So it is just telling you the conceptual part. It is a theoretical part, you will go through it. It is given, the example is given of electric lamp in it, that it is having status on and off, and when the user is switching it on it is emitting light and the value of temperature goes high, and when it is off the temperature goes down slowly. So just this example is there. Now the thing is, objects are instances of the class. Instance means at one particular time it's having some value, and at another particular time object is having some other value. So in this way you can learn that objects are the part of the class. Suppose at one time I want to run an addition operation from the calculator, so I am putting 5 and 6. If I want to subtract two numbers, I am putting different data. So at one particular time I am having different values, another particular time I am having different values. So we can have the definition that each object is created from class, and that is why the objects are called instance of that class. We are instantiating the class with the help of objects. Next is message passing. I told you with program also, message passing means method, using methods. With methods we are passing the data and we are getting the results. Suppose I was giving you example also, that if I am putting 5 and 6 value, these two values are my data. I am sending it to method. That which method? Suppose I want to press minus sign. So I am calling subtraction method inside the calculator. Then if I need to put some other values 2 and 3, but I want to use plus sign. So the plus sign is my message, and which is giving my data to it and giving back the result to me as the plus, that is it will give me the 5 value if I am putting 2 and 3. Next is class as basis of all computation. Yes, because in Java everything is done in the class. So you can learn the definition from here also. A class is a group of objects that share common properties and behaviors. So this topic is at page number 34, that you have going to learn the definition from here. You can learn any of the definitions of the class. You can write in 2 mark question. A class is group of objects that share common properties and behavior. A class is known as blueprint from which individual objects are created. A class consists of data members or member functions. Data members are known as variables. Any definition you can learn, so you can write in 2 mark question. And now, how to define a class? I'll show it through this example. See, it is telling you how to define a class. This first line of the class is known as definition of the class. This should carry a class name, and the first letter of the class should be capital. Prior to that, we need to write class variable, the class keyword, and it should be written in small letters. Then public. Prior to this, we should write public, private, protected. These are known as access specifiers. So in this way we can define the of the class, and inside these two pair of curly brackets we need to write the body of the class. Inside the body of the class we will write variables and we will write methods. Next topic is access modifiers. I explained you in 8 sections also, and now again I am going to explain that these four are known as access modifiers. Access modifier means whether to give access to your class or not, because very first chapter we did that features of Java. The main feature of Java is data security, data privacy. That if somebody wants that his data to be private, then it will not be displayed with the help of program to some other person, right? In the program will give access with these modifiers. If I'll put public here, that means all other classes or all other projects can see my class. Okay. If I'll write private, that means my class is private, that can be seen by me only, right? No other method can be used by this class, or no other method can access my class. And if protected is there, protected means in the same folder, if all the classes are there, all can see my class, all can use my class, but except that folder nobody else will be seeing my class, or nobody else can access my class. It means in the same project, if there are different folders, these are known as packages. So protected means outside the package it is not accessible, inside the package other subclasses or other classes can use the class. Default is a modifier. If we will not put any of three words, so it is known as protected modifier only. So in this way we can give the access to our classes, methods and variables. Next topic is member variables. This is one of the most important topic of this chapter, because this can come as 2 mark questions, but it carries a basic concept for programming also. I'll show you with the help of a program only. See, I'm writing here. Look carefully. If I'm writing public class ABC, curly brackets for representing class body. Inside the curly bracket of the class, I am writing int a b semicolon. I have declared two int type variables. Then I am writing float c is equals to 9.8. Next, I'm writing public void add. This is method. Inside method round brackets, I am writing int a, int b. These are known as formal parameters. I told you that they practically also. And inside, I am declaring y variable or result variable is equals to a plus b. Sorry. Int result is equals to a plus b semicolon, and then system dot out dot println. So what I am trying to explain is this topic, declaring member variables. Now see how to declare and what are different types of variables we are having. See, first it is written member variables. In this program, all the variables, that is A, B or C or result is there here, A, B again. These things all are known as member variables. That means if a class is there and members means variables are there, these are known as member variables of the class. We have two main types of variables. We have having class variables that are known as fixed variables also. See, I have written here int and here float, but prior to int I have not written static here. So these variables are my instance variables. That means object आएगा और वो अपनी values provide करेगा. But in this C, I have written here static. Static word means we are making this value fixed. For class, this value is fixed. That means all the objects can share the same value, that take the value itself. If any object want to run the value of C, suppose I am writing inside the method int b is equals to C into C. So we will not put the value of C because we have already given the value 9.8 to C. It will fetch itself automatically and it will calculate the result, that is 9.8 into 9.8, and it will be given to D, or we can define here as float because my value is 9.8, that is a float type. So it will calculate 9.8 into 9.8 and will be holded by D as result. So static means it is a fixed variables. If we will not write static here, that means it is known as instance variable. What are instances? Objects are known as instances. So object के variables को instance variable बोला जाता है, or you can say data member of the object. Okay. Now other thing is, look at this book, local variables and parameters. These things are left. Look here. Now inside the method body, here inside the method I have declared D and result. Now this is inside the method I have declared. I have not declared float D and result here inside the curly brackets of the class. If we will declare the variables here, that means before the methods, before the main method, before the add method, at class level, if we declare the variables, those variables are known as global variables. Okay, I am writing here as in comment section global variables. Global means throughout the class they are visible. Okay, but if I'll declare these variables inside the method, like I have declared D here and result here, these are known as local variables. That means these are visible in method only. Parameters, local parameters or local variables, you can say. So I am defining the method again, a different method, so that you will get to know. Subtract. I made a next method, that is public void subtract. Now there will be no conflict occur, that here also I am declaring D, here also I am declaring D, as these are in different bodies. This D and result are in this body, and this D and result is in this body, that is subtraction method body. So D and result are in different methods, so there will be no conflict. But if I'll use here AB here also and AB here also, then it will be a conflict that can be, that cannot be solved. Okay, but if we will use the variables in different methods, these are known as local variables. These are visible in these methods only. This was the topic, declaring member variables. So for writing variable name, you know the rules we have done in last chapter operators also, that if we want to write the name of the variable, we need to write with variable name as ABC, or we need to start with the letter, not with the number, and underscore and the dollar sign is allowed, except these signs, no sign is allowed. Okay, so these are the some rules. So how can you declare a variable? These are the examples given to you on page number 36. You can see these three lines, that public int role. Role here is known as variable of int type. Next, name. Name here is of type string. School here is of type string. String is a data type which can accept a line or a word. So in this way you can declare the variables. So initializing fields. Look at this carefully. I hope you people are concentrating on your studies, and these are the very interesting topics, and that forms the basis for your programming, right? So please be careful while reading the chapters. See, initializing the fields. Now what are fields? Fields are the variables. Suppose we have taken roll number, name and school name. So these are the variable names, and these are the values which are showing to you. Roll number is 1, 2 and 3. These are the different variables. Now, if we want to initialize the value with the equal to sign, we will initialize the value to the variable. Here in this line, public static int capacity. Capacity here is a variable. It is of type int, and it is a static variable. That means it is a fixed variable of the class. And we are initializing the value 10 to the capacity. Initialization means first value to be given to the variable, that is known as initialization. Suppose this is the example, private boolean full. Full is the variable name, it is of type boolean, and false is the value given to the full. With the help of this equal to sign, we are giving the false value, we are initializing the false value. Defining methods. Methods